In our last video, we talked about the five discovery questions that uncover real buyer pain, the mindset shift from seller to a trusted advisor, and how to probe for the insights that matter. But here's the thing, great discovery means nothing if your demo doesn't deliver on it. A bad demo can undo weeks of brilliant discovery in just 30 minutes. But a great demo makes the buyer feels like you have been inside their organization, like your platform was built specifically for them. That's the art of demo design, and that's what we are covering today. Hello and welcome to ESM Insights Hub, video number 4. Let's start with why most demos fail. Now, I've seen three patterns over and over. Number one is the feature parade. Feature parade is like you, as pre-sales, just open your demo instance and start clicking this, clicking that, now this, now that. So here's another feature and another one. The buyer drones. They remember nothing and they certainly don't feel inspired to buy a product. Number two, the no context demo. For example, a generic demo environment with fake data or dummy data. You will say, here's a ticket from John Doe. Who's John Doe? The buyer can't visualize themselves in your demo. They can't see their own people, their own workflows, their own problems being solved, etc. The number three is the answer every question trap. Now, what happens, the audience may ask you anytime during your demo. They will tell you, can you show me X? Can you show me Y? And you immediately jump to that X or that Y. Now the buyer is driving the demo. You have lost the narrative control, and the most important scenes, the ones tied to the executive vision, never get shown to the audiences. Every one of these failures is preventable, and the fix starts before you even open the platform. So here's a principle that changes everything for you. I call it as a story before software. Now, great demo is not a product tour, it's a story with your platform as the tool that enables the transformation. Now, every great demo has three acts in it. Act number one, the before act. You show the current pain not with a slide that says current state, but you show the chaos, the manual process, the long wait times, the frustrated employees. Make it feel real for them. They should be nodding along because it's their reality. The act number two, I say, is the transformation act. You introduce your platform into that story, but you don't just show features, you show the impact of those features on the specific pain you just showed. Remember that 3 day wait? Just tell them like that. And then say, watch what happens now. And the act three is the after act. You show the future state, the vision they described in your discovery conversations. You say, this is what success looks like 12 months from now. And when you structure your demo this way, you're not just showing software, you're taking the buyer on a journey. And people buy when they see themselves at the destination. Now, this is the template I use with every pre-sales team and I coach to them. It's a simple three-column storyboard. The column one is about discovery insight. That means you have discovered this with a stakeholder during that discovery. You write their exact words if you can. Column two is about demo scene. So the specific feature or workflow proves that you understand that problem that can solve it. And the column three is about the stakeholder impact. Now, who in the room cares about this particular demo scene? This tells you who to look at when you are presenting it. When you have built your demo this way, every demo scene has purpose. Every scene has an owner in the room. And when you show a scene that maps on the CIO's own words and you look directly at them, the impact is powerful. Now they start thinking this vendor actually listened to us. That's how the trust is built in an ITSM demo. Now let me show you what this looks like in practice. We'll use an example of an IT service desk transformation. Now the act number one, we talk about the before act. You show the chaos, a manual ticket assignment process where an employee submits a request. It sits in a queue for 3 days. No one knows who owns it, and the vice president of IT can't even report on SLA compliances. You you use their language. You say your VP told us L1 resolution takes 3 days. Now let's look at what's happening. Uh, Go to the next act of transition. You say now let me show you how this changes. Right? The transformation act two, you show the platform in action. You show the AI automatically classifies and routes the ticket. It gets assigned within seconds. A knowledge article is suggested, and the resolution happens in 2 hours instead of 3 days. Now, coming to the third act, which is the after act. You zoom out, show the dashboard. 90% of L1 tickets resolved within SLA. Employee satisfaction scores are up. The CIO can see this in real time. Now, when you structure it this way, the buyer is not watching a demo. They're watching their own future along with you. So, what do you do when buyer interrupts beautifully and your demo with a curveball, right? Can you just show me your reporting? They can come up anytime during that demo. Now, here are three response strategies that I prefer that you should also follow. Um, the number one is you acknowledge it and park it. So you say, great question. I'll show you that in just a moment. Let me first finish this particular demo scene so that reporting makes more sense in the context. Then you'll jump right to it. Number two is validate and pivot. So you can say that's a great point. Reporting is actually connected to what I am about to show. Let me walk through this first, and you'll see exactly how it addresses that. Then make sure your next demo scene does exactly that. Now, the third is real-time adjustment. So if a decision maker asks and it's clear that they won't let it go, stop your demo scene, jump to the report, show it quickly, then return back and say, here's our reporting and here's how it connects back to the workflow we are looking at. The key in all three is stay in control of the narrative. You are the pilot of the demo and not a passenger. So before you ever share your screen, do these five things. I promise it will transform the energy in the room. Number one is tell them the agenda. Here's what I'll cover and how long it will take. Audiences appreciate knowing the destination. Number two, set the expectations. Say, I'll share my screen in about 60 seconds, but first let me quickly recap what I heard from our discovery conversations. Number three, recap their pain and vision in their own words. So you say, you told me that L1 resolution takes 3 days, that the HR team can't get IT's attention, and that the CIO wants a single dashboard. Now, a demo will show how we address each of these. Number four, name the stakeholders. Say, I know VP of IT cares about resolution times, and say CIO wants visibility. I'll speak to both of those priorities during my 1 hour session of the demo. Number five, ask permission. Does the does that agenda work for everyone? When you do this, two things happen. First, every person in the room knows you listened. Second, you have earned the right to lead the demo without interruption because they agreed to the plan upfront. This is one of the highest leverage things you can do in the demo preparation. Now, generic data equals generic impact. Real data equals real connection. So before your demo, spend at least 30 minutes or 1 hour customizing your demo environment. Replace ACME Corp with their actual company name. Replace John Doe with department names they actually use, like IT, HR, finance, facilities. Use their real request types. If they call it an OLA instead of an SLA, use their language. So I'm trying to say is when the buyer sees their own company name on the screen, their own terminology, their own workflows, something clicks in their brain. They stop watching a demo and start imagining using it. So it's 30 minutes or 1 hour of preparation that can be difference between a nice demo and they might say, when can we start? Now, how to end a demo? The closing scene is very important as well. So don't ask, so what do you think? That invites vague answers and stalls the momentum. Instead, lead the conversation with confidence. First, say, recap what you showed. Today, we covered three things: AI powered routing, cross department ESM, and executive SLAs. Second, you can connect it back to their vision. Each of these demo that we shown directly addresses to the priorities you shared during discovery. And the third, propose the next step. The natural next step would be a technical proof of concept with your team and real data. Does that make sense to you all? And number four, ask for commitment on access. So you can say, is there anyone else who needs to say this before we move to the POC? Now, this closing structure shows the confidence level in you, reinforces the value as a vendor you bring to the table, and creates a clear path forward. No ambiguity, no will get back to you happens. All right, great. So the next video will take everything we have built, the discovery insights, the storyboarded demo, the stakeholder alignment, and turn it into a proof of concept that actually converts. We'll cover POC scoping, success criteria, avoiding the sandbox trap, and how to manage the evaluation timeline. That's coming up next on the ESM Insights Hub. Thank you for watching this video. If you are in pre-sales or solution consulting and you have found this valuable, hit subscribe. We are built We are building a community of professionals who believe in consultative selling and demo excellence. I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and say what's one thing you always include in your demo that buyers love. Let's learn from each other. And if you have a specific deal coming up and needs help designing the demo narrative, reach out. We can help. See you in the next video where we talk about running a proof of concept that actually converts.